Viewer discretion is advised.
Let's start it. Okay.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome back to Gossip at the Corpse Cart.
Hello.
Where Amanda and I talk about some shit you've probably seen on your news feed.
And sent us.
Interesting obits and things to do with your remains.
We'll get to it.
We'll fucking get to it. But first, we have to introduce this month's very special guest. Please welcome Amanda Rose from Live, Laugh, Larceny.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Oh!
Yes.
I am surrounded by Amandas today.
Yeah, you're
It's an Amanda
overloaded. You're
It's an
overloaded.
Amanda sandwich. That's
Have you ever been a Mandy?
You know, yes. Only a few people call me that.
Same.
It's mainly Amanda, though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's only like one person who consistently calls me Mandy, and I allow it. My friend Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Shout out.
You're on thin ice, Ryan.
No, Ryan has an exclusive Mandy pass.
Okay.
Yeah. I have like one aunt that calls me that, but, you know.
Well, it's fine. I feel like I have a Mandy alter ego. She comes out when I'm really drunk, and spoiler alert, she's a bitch.
Who's Mund then? What side of your personality is Mund?
Mund is the amalgamation of all of my nerdiest tendencies because it was a nickname born of like my days playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it's always my gamer tag on like every game account that I have.
I love that. I love that.
I contain multitudes. I've got several wolves in me. And one of them is Mandy.
Show Amanda your new tattoo.
Oh yeah, speaking of having wolves in me, I have the wolf of impulse.
Oh,
This hot dog, and it says, "Got that dog in me."
oh my God.
I got it like 2 days ago. My friend Kelsey was like, "Do you want to come sit with me while Dave tattoos me at Seawolf?" And I was like, "Yes." And then on my way there, I was like, if his books are open after she's done, I'm probably going to get a tattoo. And then she was getting this awesome hot dog. And I was like, well, I want a hot dog. And now I have a hot dog on my body forever.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank
The shading is lovely.
It's really good.
It is
Dave
really
does an
good.
amazing job. Book him, Seawolf Tattoo on Bloomington in Minneapolis.
There you go.
Anyway, we are so happy that you're here. Talk to us about Live, Laugh, Larceny, because the name of your show, also, I mean, I love your show, but the name of your show cracks me the fuck
It
up
always
as a
gets me.
millennial.
I know. It's so funny because we actually started our show with a different name. And then we realized it was too sarcastic of a name. It used to be called Seriously Sinister for like the first few episodes. Like,
Oh, that's cute too, though.
yeah, but then people were taking it really seriously
Yep.
sinister. But our listeners luckily already knew of the Live, Laugh, Larceny thing. We already had merch with that on it.
Perfect.
And it was like the name of an episode title. And we're like, this really encompasses what we do 1,000 times better. But yes, so me and my podcast host. Let's just shorten words today. Trevin and I, we talk about true petty crimes. So no murder or anything too heavy on our show. And we wanted to do something true crime related, but wanted it to be a little bit different. And so we're like, let's talk about petty crime, but make it sound serious and add the dramatics and the music and the sound effects and be just extra ridiculous with it.
It's really fun.
It's perfect.
Oh man, we have too much fun on there. So yes,
love
it's
it.
just a petty time.
Hell yeah. Well, then you're in the right place because GAC is also a petty time.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing too serious here.
Well, yeah,
Unless it's,
usually.
Someone getting sucked into a 6-inch
tube.
diameter tube.
Or trapped in an oven
Oh,
yeah.
at a
Lordy.
Walmart.
Not
These
today.
things-
Nothing too serious today.
Nothing too serious today. We'll be
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
We'll be fine.
I mean,
all right.
things
well,
happen.
should we dive in then?
I think
Yeah.
we absolutely should. Amanda, what are some crazy headlines submitted by our listeners?
got a good crop this month. I'm feeling pretty excited about these headlines. I have 4 doozies for you today. I'm starting with this one because I just love a headline that reads like a Mad Lib. To the extent that I want to put together a headlines Mad Libs book.
Ooh.
If that doesn't exist, then I'm trademarking it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do my research because that's how trademarking works. But I feel like this easily could have come out of a headline Mad Lib book. And I highly recommend taking advantage of looking at some of my pictures on the drive. We'll get to the other photo, but the man in question is so pleased with himself that it just adds a layer of ridiculousness to this headline that I could not get over. So this is out of the UK. It's from the Daily Mail. Former Freemason, 51, found drunk and naked inside a huge pipe organ with a toy gun and remote-controlled police car, says he got lost while trying to hand out cheeseburgers to the homeless.
What the fuck is going on?
That is the longest headline.
I know,
you're
it just
right.
kept going.
It's like fill in the blank. He's eating cheeseburgers. He's got this. He's got that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mad
I would
Lib.
put a blank I'd put a blank for Freemason and for the number, for the age. Found blank and blank inside a huge blank with a toy blank and remote controlled blank. Says he got lost while trying to blank.
Oh my! That is so perfect. That
It
is
is
exactly.
perfect.
Yeah.
To the homeless.
He's just a good guy. He got lost. He wound up at a pipe organ. It's not his fault.
Where are the cheeseburgers?
Well, I hope we find out. A former Freemason found drunk and naked inside a huge pipe organ has appeared in court accused of damaging the historic instrument insured for more than $1 million.
Oh.
Glenn Langford, Glenn, was arrested on Wednesday after allegedly flooding the Brisbane Masonic Memorial Center and setting off the fire alarms. Okay, boss. The 51-year-old faced charges at the Brisbane Arrest Court on Thursday and was granted bail. But he says that his intentions were initially well-meaning and the night had gotten out of hand after downing a bottle of Johnny Walker whiskey.
Oh.
That most
That'll
things
do
do
it.
get out of hand after a bottle of Johnny Walker. The court was told he had been meaning to hand out cheeseburgers to the homeless. Food was left scattered on the floor of the Grand Hall of the heritage-listed temple in Brisbane CBD, which features one of the biggest organs in Queensland. All right, this is Australia. It is feared the organ installed in the 1930s may be too damaged to be repaired. Sorry, I just got so emotional over that. May be too damaged to be repaired despite it being insured for $1 million. Mr. Langford is charged with allegedly damaging a number of organ pipes on the pipe organ, not other pipe organs, pipes on this pipe organ,
Okay.
and destroying part of a decorative wall. He was also discovered naked along with clothes, a remote-controlled police car, and toy gun. I wonder if he got in there clothed and then thought, the clothes are too thick. Maybe if I wiggle out of these, I can get out. Or do you think because the clothes were also inside. So maybe he got naked and then brought his clothes with him.
Maybe he got in, got a little peckish, ate all the cheeseburgers, got the meat sweats, took off his clothes.
That happens.
Meat sweats. That'll do it.
Especially after a bottle of Johnny Walker.
Yeah, and it sounds like he had a lot going on in his life because the magistrate heard from Mr. Langford's lawyer who explained that he had last week lost his job and was getting over the breakdown of a 16-year relationship. Divorce is hard.
Oh, yeah.
He was granted bail on the condition that he stayed more than 100 meters away from the center in Ann Street. You cannot go within 100 meters of a pipe organ, Glenn. You're on a list now, okay?
Every time you say pipe organ, I think of, remember Wife Swap?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Remember how outrageous, the narrator voice was?
Oh, I don't as much.
There
But that
one
voice
to
reminds you
recall.
of a pipe organ?
Well, there was one time he's like, oh, Cindy's tired of her husband. He's always in the basement playing with his organ. And then it shows it. He has an organ.
Ew. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back
That's
Life
awful.
Swap. That show was diabolical.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was
not a
amazing.
Christian!
She's not a Christian.
The best. Quote, things just got a little loose. I was out of it, Mr. Langford told 7 News. He apologized to, quote, all the righteous Freemasons everywhere. I did have a lot of cheeseburgers to give the homeless. I'm going to see a shrink and don't drink, he added. Okay, well, hopefully that's still true. That he is
See a shrink and don't
see
drink.
a shrink and don't drink. That's, you know.
That needs to be on a
that's-
t-shirt.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna take away. That's what Glenn, the gift of Glenn.
Don't drink.
Yeah.
See a shrink and don't drink.
Words
Anyway,
to live by.
that headline was just amazing. So thank you for sending that to me. All right. The next one is some of the most Lucy-coded shit I have ever read. Though there is one glaring difference, and I'm going to see before I read it, as I read it, if you know what the difference I clocked would be. Okay? Here we go. Woman narrowly avoids jail after plotting to sell dead man's toes online. This is also out of Australia. A lot's going down
I
over
don't
there.
see any major differences.
Okay, well, a Melbourne woman retrieved a dead man's toes from an animal shelter bin, thinking it was, quote, cool, and that she could sell them online for $400.
Oh, I would either I wouldn't sell it or I'd ask for a lot more.
I said the difference would be that you would not sell them. You would keep them. That was exactly what I thought.
They're going straight in my cabinet.
100%. Oh, I can't wait until you hear about her cabinet because she has one.
Oh my God. I need
Why
to know
the
what's in
cabinet?
there.
They'll tell
isn't
you.
in there?
In a case described as astounding and distressing by a magistrate, Joanna Kinman was convicted but dodged a jail sentence on Monday. So I think she's had to pay fines. The 48-year-old mother of 5 from Lilydale and Melbourne's East pleaded guilty to offensive conduct involving human remains. The Ringwood Magistrates Court heard Kinman, 48, was working as a ranger at a Melbourne animal shelter when 2 dogs were brought in last year. Prosecutor Melissa Sandbrook said the dogs belonged to a man who had been dead for, quote, some time, and that his pets had eaten some of the corpse before it was discovered.
Cool.
The dogs, quote, became ill and vomited up human remains when they were taken to the shelter.
Wow.
Kinman, who worked at the facility, retrieved the, quote, clearly identifiable human toes from a bin and took them home.
A bin meaning a garbage
Like
can?
a garbage can, yeah. Oh my God. The following day, Kinman called her daughter,
$400?
boasting about the souvenir and that she intended to sell the dead man's toes online. Quote, she explained that she had researched it and thought she could get about $400 for them.
She had researched it.
She looked into it, babe.
Wow.
In a police interview, Kinman admitted taking the toes and that she intended to sell them or give them away. This quote.
Like, which one is it? Like,
Yeah.
This quote, I literally read it and could only hear it in your voice. Quote, I thought, cool, it's a toe, she told detectives. Cool, it's a toe.
Cool. Is it just one toe or were there multiple toes?
I think she ended up with multiples, but at first she's like, oh.
Cool, it's a toe.
Cool, it's a toe. During a search of Kinman's home, police found the toes suspended in a jar of liquid preservatives on a shelf, wet specimens.
Oh, yeah.
Kinman had also displayed a guinea pig trotter. I'm not really sure what that is. But
Trotter?
Trotter.
Guinea pig.
Pig
it's not like a
trotter.
guinea pig wheel, is it? That they run and trot on?
Oh my God, what if it is? But
Trotter.
that would be, why would they list that? Like,
But that also isn't creepy. Yeah.
no, that's what I mean.
This is worse.
What is it?
No.
Guinea pig trotter likely refers to pigs' trotters, which are the pig's feet often used in cooking for stock stews and adding thickness to gravy. So it's guinea pig feet.
That makes way more sense because they're clearly describing her oddities cabinet. So she's got the guinea pig feet, a bird skull, an alligator claw, and her own children's teeth.
Oh my God.
She's you.
She's me.
Yep.
I am her.
The court heard Kinman was an avid contributor of a Facebook group where specimens were traded. Police said she had previously sold wet specimens of a stillborn puppy and kitten and was in possession of a book titled A History of Punishment and Torture. Do you have that book?
No, but I need it. I'm going to go to bookshop.org right now.
Detective Andrew Austin said the dead man's son was aware of what Kinman had done with the remains, but that other close relatives were not told because they would have been too distraught. Fair enough.
Who cares? What's he going to do with them? What else did the dogs eat?
You're such a fucking monster. Before Monday's hearing, Magistrate Andrew Sim warned people in the court that details of the case included confronting and distressing evidence. He described Kinman's offending as astounding and entirely odd, saying he was puzzled how she could believe her actions wouldn't land her in trouble. Defense lawyer Rainer Martini, hello.
Wow.
I want to see your billboard, defense lawyer Rainer Martini. You sound amazing.
You better be in a martini glass posing.
Seriously, with like your little toe pointed.
Yeah.
Your little dead man's toe.
Injured in an accident?
And call Rainer Martini. DUI, call Rainer Martini.
DUI. Don't drink. See a shrink.
Said it was natural for the community to be repulsed, saying his client had lost her job at the shelter after her offending came to light. Quote, well, that's hardly a surprise, the magistrate responded. Yeah, duh, you got fired. But Martini said his client was regretful and had suffered abuse after media reporting about the case. Quote, it was purely spur of the moment. It was a purely spur of the moment decision, and the consequences have been significantly negative to her. Yeah, I'm sorry that you willy-nilly tossed out toes that anybody could have grabbed out of the bin. This hardly sounds like her fault. Yes, she saw an opportunity.
She basically saw $400 sitting there.
If you saw a $400 bill lying on the ground, wouldn't you grab it?
They were in a garbage can.
Exactly.
And a dog had thrown them up.
Yeah,
like,
they've been eaten and puked by a dog already. No one else wants them.
What's more disrespectful here? We're honoring this man.
This is, you're making great points.
Yeah.
Magistrate Sim sentenced Kinman to an 18-month community corrections order, saying others needed to be deterred from committing similar crimes. Quote, by the barest of possible margins, you will not be going to jail today, he told Kinman.
Come on.
You were dealing with body parts of a deceased person. That person would have expected they would have been treated with dignity and respect by any person who came into contact with their remains, and you failed to do that. You know what?
His dogs ate him.
Fair.
Right.
But she kind of got it third, fourth hand, because first they went into the mouth of dogs. From the mouth of dogs comes the toes. Then they were puked up. Then they were tossed in a garbage can.
Yeah.
But this is the most disrespectful part.
Put the dogs in jail.
Yeah.
It probably started with his face. Jesus Christ. Toes, not a big deal.
I definitely have mixed feelings about it, for sure.
I'm angry with this judge.
She's like, what? No.
Lucy will be starting a free Kinman GoFundMe. The maximum penalty for offensive conduct involving human remains is 2 years in jail, which seems low considering the broad range of offensive conduct that could be done with human remains.
That's true.
Well,
2 years? That's
maybe
it.
There's a big range. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, but if she had gotten 2 years for this bullshit.
Yeah. I would have been overwhelmed by that. That would have been a little too much. But
it's probably one of those charges they just kind of slap on top of whatever else they're charging you with.
1,000%. But she,
what's crazy though is the longer you were talking about this, I realized that Trevin actually told this story on our show.
No way.
Yes. It was like one of those where he was like, borderline, should I tell it on our show? Is this petty enough or is this too disturbing? And he went with it.
Good.
But yes,
choice,
so
Trevin.
the petty version of this will be coming out so soon. But the more you talked, I was like, oh my God, he just told me this.
Crossover of the century.
Seriously.
So yeah, y'all, if you're GAC lovers, you might really love Live, Laugh, Larceny, because clearly we're looking for some of the same shit.
For better or worse.
But yeah, she avoided jail time. She has to do community service, probably pay a fine, and she declined to make any comment to the media. But we are behind you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
100%.
we're giving you shout outs on both shows because we just love it so much.
Your
We're
story
10 toes
deserves
down
to
for
be
you.
Absolutely the fuck not. No. I cannot. Your
We stand
puns.
with you.
We're 10 toes down. Okay, I've got a couple more here for you. This next story is a fucking masterpiece. I was trying to just read the headline like I usually do so I could cold read it, but I got like sucked in. So again, in the UK, I don't have anything low. No, I do. My last one is in the US. Yes, last one's in the US. But this one is also, this is in England. From AP News. Here we go. Jury convicts thief who stole golden toilet from English palace.
Oh.
And there is a picture of the toilet on the drive, and we will get to the name of the toilet. But also, I took a screenshot from like the CCTV video of the thieves, and you could just clearly see a man like in all black carrying a gold toilet seat across the parking lot.
It's actually stunning.
It's gorgeous. Well, it was
beautiful.
Like originally an art piece, but it's a functioning toilet, and someone had it not like in their house, but it was like in a castle. We'll get to it.
That is beautiful.
That bathroom, the rest of the bathroom is real sad, though.
That's where it was, I think, before.
Oh, good. So
yes.
it's supposed to look really dingy.
Yeah. Okay. But then it was in a, quote, sprawling English country mansion.
Okay.
Where British wartime leader Winston Churchill, not a great person, was born. So, like, had been, I think, turned into probably like a museum or historic monument. Okay. Here we go. A thief who swiped a golden toilet from an English palace was convicted Tuesday, along with an accomplice who helped cash in on the spoils of the 18-carat work of art, insured for nearly £5 million, which is more than $6 million American dollars. Michael Jones had used the fully functioning one-of-a-kind latrine as he did reconnaissance at Blenheim Palace, the country mansion where British wartime leader Winston Churchill was born, the day before the theft. He described the experience as splendid. Can you imagine shitting on an 18-carat toilet? It would be splendid.
No, I can't even imagine sitting on like a chrome toilet, like let alone a gold one.
Yeah, agreed.
I wonder if it'd be cold on your bum.
Maybe
it might feel nice. I really don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. You'd be obligated to have a bidet in there.
Oh yeah. Where's the gold bidet?
Yeah, it has to come with the gold bidet.
So he goes here and he uses the toilet. He says it's splendid. Then he comes back before dawn. I don't know why this like story is old, but this article is just from a few weeks ago, so I don't know. He probably because the trial is finally starting or something, but we'll see. He returned before dawn on September 14th, 2019, with at least 2 other men armed with sledgehammers and crowbars. They smashed a window and pried the toilet from its plumbing within 5 minutes, leaving a damaging flood in their wake as they escaped in stolen vehicles.
The CCTV picture is
so good. I love it. Quote, "This was an audacious raid which had been carefully planned and executed," Prosecutor Shan Sanders said, "but those responsible were not careful enough, leaving a trail of evidence in the form of forensics, CCTV footage, and phone data. The purloined body has never been recovered, but it is believed to have been cut up and sold.
No.
So we'll never get a chance to take a dump on that.
No. Okay, here's the part that fucking ended me when I was reading this. So again, this is a piece of art. It works. You can poop in it, but it is a piece of art that was made by an artist. The satirical work titled America by Italian conceptual artist Maurizio Catalan poked fun at excessive wealth. Honey, when you made this, if you only knew Elon Musk would become our president.
If you only knew the future.
If you
The dark
only
future.
fucking knew, Maurizio.
What was lurking just on the horizon?
Just on the horizon. It weighed just over 215 pounds, and the value of the gold at the time that was used was 2.8 million pounds, 3.6 million US dollars. The piece had previously been on display at the Guggenheim in New York. The museum had offered the work to U.S. President Donald Trump during his first term in office after he asked to borrow a Van Gogh painting. So you can't have this Van Gogh painting for the White House, but do you want to borrow this gold toilet?
Called America.
Take a
Yeah,
shit.
does he not see the irony in all of that?
No, he doesn't.
That man.
Jones, 39, was convicted of burglary in Oxford Crown Court. The theft was planned by James Sheen, 40, who previously pleaded guilty to burglary, conspiracy, and transferring criminal property. Sheen then worked to broker a deal with Fred Doe to cash in the haul. In a series of text messages, Sheen referred to the loot as a car, but he was actually talking about the gold toilet. Quote, I'll link up with you. I got something right up your path, Sheen told Doe in one message. I could sell you that car for you in 2 seconds, so come and see me tomorrow, Doe said in a reply. Doe, 36, also known as Frederick Sines, was convicted of conspiracy to transfer criminal property. A fourth man charged in the conspiracy, Bora Guchuk, 41, was acquitted by jurors. It's like, your name is hard enough. Let's not put you in jail.
Yeah.
So, yeah, America was stolen, cut up, melted down, and sold, and the thieves of America have since been apprehended.
Good.
Sounds like an American tale to me.
Truly an American tale. There are
And
no
your
cats in
accents?
America. Thank you.
Your accents are like so good.
Thank you. They're extremely accurate, authentic, and they do not change with every word that I say because I am an expert in British accents.
Yeah. Clearly.
Okay, I'm gonna finish us out with something that I will regret because not only am I just gonna unlock my own fears, it's just really scary. Okay, so okay. This is from The Guardian, and this is a story out of Kansas.
Oh, not far from me.
Well, maybe you know what's going on here then.
Uh-oh.
Kansas babysitter checking for monsters finds man hiding under bed.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Police-
that sounds like an the Onion article.
No,
like,
literally,
Ew,
the kid
that's why
was
you asked me
like,
about babysitters.
yeah. So I was like, oh, this could also be like a Coroner Corner moment. But yeah, it was like this kid, you know what, I'll just read it. A babysitter in Kansas who was asked by a child to check for monsters under their bed
Oh my God.
was stunned to do so. Be like, yeah, I know there's no monsters under your bed. I'm going to go down and look. And she goes down under the bed to look, and there's a man under there.
No.
A full man.
Ew.
absolutely not.
Fuck no.
Good thing
Oh
she
my
humored that child.
I
Looked
know,
under the
right?
bed for a monster.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine a man in your room at all?
Can you imagine a man?
No. Ugh.
The shocking incident occurred on March 24th at a property just outside the city of Great Bend. Is that near you?
Oh my God.
No!
know.
Is that where you live?
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
But I definitely know where that is because I grew up in Kansas.
Oh!
So and I have friends that are from there. So wow. Wow.
I can't. When the sitter was seeking to put the children she was looking after to bed. However, one of the children was afraid. Quote, one child complained that there was a monster under their bed. When the victim attempted to show the child there was nothing under the bed, she came face to face with a male suspect who was hiding there.
Ugh. That's going to scar all of them for life.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would never sleep again, and I would never babysit again.
I would
No.
never have a bed again.
No, not a bed that has room underneath it. I'm so happy. I have like a platform bed that's like on the floor. You cannot put
Yes.
things under the bed.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah.
A quote, an altercation ensued with the babysitter and one child was knocked over in the struggle. The suspect then fled the scene before deputies arrived. So this babysitter like tried to fucking grapple with the guy and he ran off.
God.
I love
After
that.
police got to the property, the victim identified the suspect as Martin Villalobos Jr., 27 years old, who had once lived in this house. The next morning, deputies spotted Villalobos after a short chase on foot, and they caught and arrested him. He was charged with aggravated kidnapping, aggravated burglary, aggravated battery, child endangerment, felony obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and violation of a protection from abuse order. So I wonder if he was like the ex or like a parent of one or all of these kids.
Maybe.
And
that
that's why he was
sounds like
in
it.
there. Because this doesn't say much more than that. It just says he's being held in lieu of a $500,000 bond. But if he used to live there and got all of these charges, that I feel like he's connected to these children in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty recent case, so I will be curious to get the updates on that and get a little more info on like why the fuck he was in this kid's bedroom and under his bed. I don't know
Oh
if
my
it
God.
makes me feel any better if they were connected. In a way, it almost does because it's like the idea of just a stranger that broke in. But it also doesn't because then it feels more sinister. It's like it's so intentional that they were there and not just like some stranger that was like maybe out of their mind a little bit, maybe on drugs and just like needed a warm place to crash and hide for the night and then was going to be on their
Under
way.
a
There
child's
wasn't.
bed.
Well, yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
you know,
It's just so crazy.
it's
Yeah, I
all.
don't know what's
gross.
worse.
But the
I don't know
image-
what's worse either.
the image of the babysitter checking under the bed
Ugh.
and there's just a full man under there.
Ugh.
No, I'm just like, regardless if it was a stranger or someone who did used to live there, clearly they're not invited to live there anymore. Clearly you're hiding for a reason.
Yeah.
So, like, regardless, I'm just picturing being like, it's okay, little Timmy. Like, monsters aren't real. There's nothing under.
Oh my God. Oh
You
my
know,
God.
like-
Oh my
like
God.
finding, I just, that's the worst.
The trauma. And it reminds me of that like old wives' tale scary story of like the guy that would like lay in bed with his hand out when he was scared and then his dog would lick his hand and like comfort him and then the next morning he like found the dog dead and it was just like a man that had
Hanging
been
in the
licking his
shower.
hand. Yeah. Ah!
Humans lick hands too, written in the dog's blood.
Oh, was that in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, gross.
No, I don't
hate
think
it.
so. But yeah,
Yeah, that
it was
does
just a
seem
rumor.
even a little too much for that book.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm only saying I don't think so because had there been an illustration for that fucking story, I would remember it.
That's true.
Oh,
That
those are
book
so
like shaped
creepy.
our childhood. But anyway, those are my headlines for this week. Thank you to everyone who sent these in. They were absurd and all over the place. And if you have a headline to send, head to our website, wineandcrimepodcast.com. And in that contact us zone, there is an email form with a drop down menu that says funny headlines. So we'll know exactly where it's supposed to go.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent
right.
job.
Thank you. Should
Yes,
we-
very well done.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Well, should we take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors and then let other Amanda take over for Coven Confessions?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. So listen, y'all, I'm not a golfer, okay? I'm not, but I'm going to tell you, PXG has some of the cutest stuff I have ever seen, and they have a passion to make the best golf clubs. So if that's piquing your interest, if you're like, oh, get your golf clubs, girl, definitely check out PXG. But what is the most important to me is that they bring that same passion and precision to their apparel, and the PXG Apparel Spring Summer 2025 collection is so cute. It's truly their best yet. Lucy and I both have stuff from them. You've probably seen it in some of our videos. These like lightweight, breathable, really comfortable tops that we have, color blocked. The stitching is gorgeous. I'm truly obsessed. I'm like ready to learn how to play golf.
I can't wear my the country club sweatshirt enough. It's so cute. It has like this deep V, like this white deep V on a gray. I got the gray one. It also comes in black. It's a little bit asymmetrical. I did play golf in college.
You did. And Corey's a big golfer.
Corey's a huge golfer. So this honestly like got me thinking again about like playing golf. And I was like, you know what? This would be the perfect like gateway drug to playing golf again. Because
baby, the fashion is the only way to get me on the field. Is that what it's called?
the
green.
Field. The course.
The green.
That's what you meant. Yeah. But now I'm thinking about like, oh my gosh, like the fabric is like loose and breathable and you can like take a good swing at it. I'm ready to go to the driving range for the first time in an actual decade. The PXG Apparel Spring Summer 2025 collection is a modern reinterpretation of classic Americana preppy style.
It's so stinking cute.
It's so cute. That deep V on my sweatshirt.
Yeah, I love it.
It like reeks of preppiness and I am so here for it. It's blending vintage nostalgia with contemporary performance wear. Featuring innovative silhouettes, playful prints, and soothing colors, these versatile designs deliver both function and style. A head-turning fusion of heritage and modern style, PXG Apparel delivers exceptional quality, performance, and lasting comfort. Also, Amanda, the jacket that you got, the little half-zip thing.
Okay, it's so cute. It's a polo style, and it has like a white collar with like a couple of cute little buttons, and then it's color blocked. It has like peach and then white and then navy.
Yeah.
All across the chest and the sleeve. It is adorable and it's so breathable and it's like a perfect lightweight summer evening, like when it gets a little bit cool.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it.
You got the bone chic half zip pullover.
Oh, it's so cute.
Couldn't be cuter.
Obsessed. So elevate your style game on and off the course with PXG Apparel's Spring Summer 2025 collection. Head over to pxgapparel.com/gals to save 10% on your order. That's pxgapparel.com/gals to save 10%. pxgapparel.com/gals.
It is so important to be in touch with how you are actually feeling. Because if someone's like, hey, how are you doing? And your automatic response is like, oh, good. But like you're not
internally,
good.
Your world is completely crumbling apart. Yeah, I'm great.
So
good.
I'm great. Can you see the tears forming in my eyes? Well, you know what? I have decided that when I say I'm good, I really want to mean it. I want to be good. And that's why I'm using Headspace.
Headspace is the app that helps us and 100 million people with their mental health and well-being with guided meditations, mindfulness practices, breathing and calming exercises. Those are clutch.
Yes,
and
I
so
love
much
the
more.
breathing exercises.
Yeah, I have chronic anxiety and depression. Sometimes I need an app to tell me, hey, let's take a breath, honey. I am reducing stress. I'm boosting my mood. And frankly, I'm sleeping better. You can use some of these like guided meditations at night as part of your bedtime routine. It's really, really helpful. Headspace combines scientifically proven benefits of meditation and mindfulness with modern practices, and you learn from experienced meditation teachers. The app has customized, personalized approaches to help you navigate through all of life's moments, big and small. And we have those in abundance these days, people. If you're a total newbie or maybe you've been meditating for years, there's always content for what you're going through. Whenever I use it, it feels like it's made just for me because I can really pick like, okay, tonight I want to, get myself centered so that I can get a good night's sleep. Great. There's a meditation for that. Oh, I'm in a moment of overwhelming stress. Okay. There's a meditation for that. It's very customizable.
Oh, I just need to turn off Netflix for like 15 minutes. Please.
And like focus inward. Got it. Can do. Can do with a guide. I need a little help. Someone to hold your hand. When I'm short on time, Headspace has these quick on the go programs that help me get in the right headspace in just a few minutes. Are you about to walk into a really intense meeting? Hey, open that Headspace app.
You about to ask for a raise?
Girl, get your Headspace. Plus, with over 1,000 hours of mindfulness exercises, it's got the most complete meditation library, frankly, I've ever seen. So I can always find something that works for me.
Feel good and mean it when you say it. For a limited time, get Headspace free for 60 days. Go to headspace.com/winecrime. That's HEADSPACE.com/winecrime to unlock all of Headspace free for 60 days. Headspace.com/winecrime.
Listen, I was a renter for decades, so I've got a PSA for anybody who is renting. If you have not heard of Built, you're about to thank me, I promise you. Earning points on rent is now a reality when you pay your rent through Built. You don't even have to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use toward flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. Let us break it down for you. Take it away, Lucy.
There is no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you have never heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built points toward. Points can also be redeemed toward a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/gals. That's JOINBILT.com/GALS. Make sure to use our URL so they'll know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/gals to start earning points on your rent payments today.
Okay, we're back. Amanda 2, are you ready for this? You ready for your moment?
I am ready, I think, I hope.
You're ready.
I don't know if
Okay.
you're ready, but you got this.
We actually have no idea because Andrea picks these for us. So I don't know. We're not ready.
And if you feel personally targeted by any of the themes, it is intentional.
That's on purpose. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was scrolling down and I was like, oh, or is that the email headline in the parentheses?
No, she picks them
Oh.
and then she names them to
Cute.
connect with our guest.
Cute. Okay, because
Yeah.
I was like, this is oddly close to the podcast name. Okay.
We love Andrea. She's amazing.
Yeah, shout out. Okay, so should I just jump on in here and
Jump
read this?
on in.
Okay. So this is called Live, Laugh, Love. A little backstory. I have always had very vivid and weird dreams. When I
same
was
as
still
Lucy.
married. Hey.
Do you
I
have
used
vivid and
to.
weird dreams?
very
You did?
seen.
Yeah, I used to a lot. And then after having 2 kids and I just like don't get sleep anymore, I feel like I don't remember them as frequently. But
I
yeah.
had 2 kids and now I never dream. I'll never dream
My-
again.
My dreams are gone.
My dreams are crushed.
Seriously. All right. So when I was married to my ex, I would always tell him about my dreams and we would laugh about them. Well, one night I had a very vivid dream that he cheated on me with a clown.
No!
A male
Ew!
clown.
Male clown.
Interesting choice.
The fuck?
As it turns out, he was cheating on me just with random girls on the internet and
No male
not a
clowns?
circus clown.
In reality, he was cheating?
It sounds like it.
Wow.
So when I say this dream was vivid, I mean walking through the flap of the circus tent and seeing him in the middle of the circus ring bent over, getting railed from behind by a shirtless clown.
what the fuck? Okay, I love this for her.
Can you imagine going to the circus? You get there a little too early. No one else is there yet. You're like, oh, I'm going to settle in my seat. Oh!
There's
my
acrobats
popcorn.
swinging from a trapeze above.
Yeah, they're all warming up.
warming up.
And there's
can't
your
with
man
this.
right there in the center ring getting railed by a clown.
Getting railed.
Tray
So,
on the floor. Ugh.
Peanut shells.
oh God, yeah. How dirty. Okay, so
Ugh. That's the
they
last
were
place I
just
want to have
going
sex,
at
honestly.
it while I stood there. When we woke up, I told him about the dream, and we spent the rest of the day making jokes about clown sex.
Ooh.
he gets the idea that it would be funny to find a cloud porn and send it to me. I get an alert. I know, I'm like, whoa. This went from fantasy dreamland to something that, like, I'm sure only a small fraction of people ever want to witness.
Listen, I'm not here to yuck a clown yum, but as someone terrified of clowns, I, like, if Bill suddenly came home and was like, babe, I'm really into clown porn and I really want to watch it with you, I'd be like, okay, well, I really want a divorce. So pick. It's me or the clown porn. You can watch it alone when I'm not in the house.
When I'm far away.
When I'm far the fuck away.
Oh my God, for real.
Don't.
So
rope me
I get
into
an
this.
alert and look at the message only to see that instead of sending it to just me, oh no,
Oh, Jesus.
he had sent
He
it to a
didn't.
group chat that we had with his mom.
Ew.
Well, he's a
Oh
cheater,
my.
so fuck him. You deserve
Yeah.
shame.
I immediately started dying laughing, tears streaming down my face. He thought I was just laughing at the fact that he looked up clown porn.
No.
So when I managed to get out, look who you sent that to, he was instantly mortified. We've
Yeah.
been divorced for 4 years now, and sometimes I still bring it up when we were at events together just to make him relive it.
Yeah, good for you. Never let him live that down.
No, never.
Oh my God. That
Yeah,
was
he
not
sounds
just
like a
dream.
clown.
It was a premonition.
Uh-huh.
Seriously.
That dream saved her life.
Your heart knows.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the girl he was talking to was a clown.
Could have been.
Although, I'm not going to blame the other girl. It's his fucking fault. He's a fucking clown. He
Correct.
fucked himself.
Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Right in the center ring.
On the hay.
Wow. Now I'm like, all the cheating dreams that I have, I'm like, should I look into this further?
Oh my God.
Don't.
I've never had a clown cheating one, though, so that's
No, thank God.
Yeah, no. I had a dream last night that I had to find a new husband. Like I knew like Corey would be fine with it. So I had to like take off my rings and like go flirt with someone. I was like, oh, this feels weird. But like I had to do
Yeah.
it. I don't know why.
That seems like a nightmare also, like in a different way.
Imagine having to flirt with someone. Oh,
Oh, God.
my God. No.
No.
Oh, start.
Okay, the next one. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
Oh.
Okay. So, important context. I am a middle child who really needed attention. Okay.
Okay,
That's
self-awareness.
I love this for
I
you.
mean,
I'm a youngest
think-
child who really needed attention and still needs attention. Please give me attention.
see, and I'm an oldest child and I still need it. So, it's okay.
You're
It's okay.
good.
We all need it.
You're in good hands.
I was in 5th grade getting ready for school. My dad walked in and said, "Did you take $20 off the dryer?" I said, "No." Then he said, "I know you're lying. I'm taking you out of DI," which is in parentheses, Destination Imagination. It was her improv or their improv group.
Oh,
Don't
that's
rip her from her
rude.
improv.
No.
Yeah, just because of a little missing $20 bill.
Come on.
My goodness. So, not being able to compete would be devastating. So, I decided I needed to run away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Correct. This is the right
Like,
move.
yep.
Well, that's one way to get attention.
Yep.
True. I packed my clothes and favorite stuffed animal, then started my plan. When I got to school, I told my friend I didn't need a ride to basketball practice. Then I picked my destination. I decided to go to my grandparents' house, which was 8 miles away. I couldn't take a direct path there because I could get discovered. So I took back roads instead.
Hell yeah. Smart kid.
On my way, I stopped at the gas station my grandma worked at to see if she was still there. She wasn't. So I stole a Milky Way for sustenance.
Okay.
Sustenance.
Well, you're running away for allegedly stealing $20, and now you're hitting a gas station on your way.
I can see your dad's point, actually.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if you did take the $20.
Maybe
Yeah,
improv isn't so good for you. I don't know.
But I would also want a snack for an 8-mile walk. That's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I wouldn't get a Milky Way, though.
Right.
What would you
right.
For sustenance, I'd get a Snickers.
Yeah, the
See,
protein.
I would get peanut M&Ms, I think.
Ooh, those are a
Yeah.
good call.
Oh, yeah, M&Ms would be good because then you don't have to like hold the whole thing.
Yeah, you can have a little
Right.
along the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
So then I headed onto the highway. It was about 8 p.m. I didn't know it at the time, but my parents called the police and said I was missing. A
Well,
minivan pulled up next to me on the side of the highway and asked if I needed a ride.
Oh.
I said, no, in parentheses, hello, stranger danger.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Then she said, I see from your sweatshirt you go to, in parentheses, insert Catholic school. Do you know my nephew? Wow, this story is like,
This is wild.
there's twists and turns.
Yeah.
Her nephew was the hottest guy in my sister's grade, which obviously made me trust her instantly.
Perfect.
No, don't do that.
You know, kind of fine with this.
She drove me the rest of the way. When I walked in, I collapsed into my grandma's arms and sobbed, saying, "Nobody loves me."
Oh, the drama.
That improv class
It's
really pulling its weight.
yeah,
It's working wonders.
truly.
To which she said, "Okay, I'm going to call your parents now."
Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
My parents sped over, so happy to see me that I didn't even get in trouble. Now, while lying, stealing, and getting into a van with a stranger is already bad, the reason I needed to confess is because I actually did take the $20
Knew
off
it.
the dryer
Oh
Knew
my
it.
God.
cookies.
Get a hold of your sweet treat obsession.
Oh, no, I love this.
Milky Way cookies, sustenance, okay?
This is amazing.
And then it ends
Buy
with
cookies.
my my parents don't know that detail, and I plan to keep it that way.
You know,
Telling your grandma.
they might not know that you stole the money to buy cookies, but they know that you stole the money.
Yes.
So, like, you may as well just tell them what it was for. Because at this point, it's just funny.
Yeah.
But you were
Yeah.
accused because the evidence was everywhere.
Nobody
For sure.
loves
Me.
Like, all I want to do is eat cookies and steal.
Grandma,
I'd pull your ass out of improv too. This is not great.
I've run to your arms because nobody loves me,
I
Grandmama.
collapsed in my grandmother's arms.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, I hope you get a little bit of this level of drama from your children because that is hilarious. I ran away to
can
Blortney's
only
house
imagine.
once in like a snowstorm with like just socks and a vest on. And my dad like came out looking for me, but my mom was basically like, she'll eventually come home because she'll be too cold, that idiot.
At least wasn't that far away.
No, she lived like 4 blocks from me.
Oh, that's the
wasn't-
perfect place to run away to.
I wasn't running very far.
Did Anne narc on you?
No, I'm pretty sure my dad found me before I made it there. I don't think I made it the 4 blocks.
Oh gosh. I think
Nobody
everyone
loves
has
me.
at least one runaway story, right?
Of
like
course.
you're a little kid with a little suitcase.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm out of here.
Packing my American Girl doll accessories and I'm leaving.
I used to play runaway, but I would just like pack a bag and go play behind the garage. Like
Yep.
my parents knew what I was doing.
An uncharted land. The
Yeah.
sand behind the garage.
Oh, I'd build bear traps back there with my neighbor.
Okay, creep. What?
We never caught any.
What the? Well, how did you build what did that entail?
Like propping up sticks on each other for the
Sticks.
most
Okay.
part.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it. Just childhood memories.
Fucking weirdo.
So our
Let's
next
play
one.
bear traps. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, bear traps for days.
Is that weirder than playing runaway?
I don't know. You were always weird.
Yeah. We played
It's
Witch
okay.
Trials in middle school, or maybe middle school.
Hell yeah.
I was playing weird games when I was a kid too, so you're not alone. I was a real weirdo.
Absolutely.
So here's the next one called Eat, Pray, Vomit.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
Oh,
So
no.
prepare your tummies. Okay.
Great.
It's 2019. I'm 18. My little sister is 16. She's a junior in high school, and it's the weekend of homecoming. For whatever reason, my mom was out of town.
Yes.
My sister
Yes.
was...
This is already setting up
This-
to be great.
Yep.
A
Yep.
great story.
This could easily
Yeah.
have been either of us already.
My parents were always out of town when
Same.
there were like big parties.
Same.
Whoa,
Not good
wow.
timing.
I wish my parents went out of town more when I was younger. They were always there.
My senior year, my dad was living in New York because he had started a new job, and my parents were like getting a house there. So my mom would go a lot on the weekends to work on the house stuff.
I see.
So I had a little too much freedom my senior year of high school.
You ran away to Courtney's house all the time.
Yeah, well, mostly Blessica's house because
Yeah, we
that's
could
where
drink
all
in her
the that's
basement.
where all the good parties were. But I had a couple at our apartment in Saddlewood. Hell yeah.
So the mom was out of town. My sister was going to homecoming with her friends and a random date. My sister heads out around 4-ish to go get ready with her friends, and my best friend comes over for a nice quiet night filled with gossip and shitty reality TV. Ooh, I love
Sounds
that.
like the dream.
Heaven.
You are living the dream.
Heaven. Parents out
Yes.
of town, TV to yourself,
Early fall homecoming.
Early fall homecoming, little sister distracted with her own shit, so you don't really have to put up with her.
Yeah.
This is
like what could
immaculate.
go wrong?
What could go
Oh
wrong?
God, famous last
Let's
words.
find out.
A few hours pass, and around 7 p.m., I get a call from my sister. She says, "Hey, so we're at dinner, and Annie and her boyfriend Greg need to come to our house." In parentheses, these are fake names.
Okay.
I say, okay, why? And my sister says, "Okay, so don't be mad. My date brought weed gummies, and we all took them before dinner, and now Greg is feeling really weird, and I think they just need to get some water and be in a calm space." And obviously, since mom's not home and our house is closest to the school, I figured that's probably best.
This is true. This is accurate. I'm feeling this very deeply.
It's
Poor
like
Greg.
When
Poor
my mom ate that weed caramel and then went to the tequila bar to meet her friends. But she had only had like a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that night she was just like, well, it just feels like, just having a glass of wine or something. So she ate like a big piece.
Yup. And then it hit her like a fucking truck.
And it hit
When
her like
the
a ton of
gummy
bricks,
hits,
and she
and you're
had to
not
call
ready.
my sister to come pick her up.
Yup.
She called from the bathroom and was like,
I can't
need you
drive.
to come get me. And Madeline goes, okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes. And then my mom calls her back like 4 minutes later going, where are you?
Where are you? It's been hours.
It's been hours. So Madeline brought her to her apartment, made her some scrambled eggs,
Oh, that's
put a little
good
blanket
meal.
on her.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Time feels so weird when the
She
gummy
didn't
hits,
tell her
you know?
friends what she had done.
Just left.
She didn't.
No, she didn't leave. She went back and like laid down on their laps in the booth.
Oh my God.
They just thought she got like really sick all of a sudden. I don't
probably
think she
wouldn't have
ever
questioned
told
it.
them.
I wouldn't have questioned it. I'm like, lay
Oh my God.
down, little lamb.
Yeah.
Pet her head.
I hope one day I can be a mom like that, you know?
You will. I promise you will.
Like, come get me, kids.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Hurry.
I need scrambled eggs.
All right, so let's see. Okay. Reluctantly, I said, okay, that's fine, and agreed to let Annie and Greg come over. Mind you, I thought they'd be at the house for like 20 minutes max. I
Right.
thought I was just going to get them some water, let them cool off, and send them on their way. Nope, not what
no.
happened.
Oh, no.
Awful. She's just trying to watch her reality TV like we said she's living the dream.
Yeah,
and
don't
then
ruin your
this
sister's
happens.
perfect night.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Awful. About 15 minutes after I hang up with my sister, I hear a car pull up. I waited for Annie and Greg to get to the door, but they were taking a little too long. So I peek out the door, and there is Greg, a 16-year-old kid I've never met before, vomiting on my concrete front porch.
No.
Ew.
Yuck.
Gross. Finally, Annie sees me and comes inside. Neither of them look good. Greg turns to me, no
Y'all look
hello,
like
and
shit.
just says, bathroom?
Oh, God.
No.
Oh,
You can't come in my house.
You just barfed on my porch.
Yeah, you can stay right out here and get that out of your system. You are not coming in my house.
GTFO,
puking.
Greg.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Ugh. I point him in the direction of the bathroom. I then hear him lock the door and start throwing up. Annie looks at me, all fucking green in the face, and says, I don't feel so good. So I
Oh.
panicked and have my best friend get her some water, and we sit her down on the couch.
Give her a bowl.
I tell her everything's going to be fine. It's just a bad high. I'm here. I promise. It will be okay.
That's a good sister.
That's a really good sister.
Yeah.
That's not even her sister.
No,
is
it's
it?
not. But
Yeah,
that's a
it's the
nice
friend.
That's a nice sister
Oh.
to do that for her little sister's friend.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. As this is happening, I hear a massive thud upstairs.
No.
I ran to the bathroom and knocked on the door, and Greg opened the door slightly, just enough for me to see him lying shirtless on the ground covered in puke.
Ugh.
Greg.
Get your shit together, Greg.
Oh, my God.
No lie. I try to tell him to let me get him some water, and he just keeps saying, no, I got it, I'm good.
You're not, Greg.
Obviously, you're not, is what it says.
Greg.
Then I hear another car pull into the driveway, and in waltzes my sister and her 4 other friends. Everyone is high as balls except my sister, who told me she took 4 edibles but felt totally fine.
For tolerance.
She's like,
Respect.
whatever, this is just another day in the
That's
life.
some Amanda tolerance.
Yep. Respect.
They said, sort of a side note, but relevant, my sister's best friend, we'll call her Miranda, for some reason is convinced her date, Miranda's, and my sister are meant to be together, and she found this very upsetting. I later found out that in the Uber ride over to my house, Miranda started crying and screaming, "You're meant for each other, just go for it. It was
Oh
written
my
in the
God.
stars, and I'm
No.
a shooting star."
I'm a shooting star.
What the fuck?
That was in all caps.
Wow.
And it says, I don't know what the fuck that means.
It was
like,
written in the
yeah.
stars.
Just the absolute ramblings of a high mad woman.
Convinced
written
that
in
her
the
friend and her
stars.
boyfriend are meant for each other.
I can't. Well, it sounds like she was her homecoming date. He was her homecoming date. Doesn't necessarily mean that was her boyfriend.
Still
That's
kind of have
true.
dibs.
You do. You do have dibs for one night only.
Yeah.
Respect
Totally.
the rules. Respect the rules of homecoming.
Yeah. There are rules.
There are very strict rules.
There really are.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I got them inside. Remember, this is now 2 18-year-olds taking care of 6 grained out 16-year-olds. And then all hell
out.
broke loose.
Yeah.
Suddenly, my best friend is trying to calm Annie down, who has now woken up in a panic and started throwing up on the carpet. Greg is passed out and shirtless on the bathroom floor, and my sister's date and his buddy are grabbing my guitars while high as fuck. I politely asked them not to play them. They didn't listen.
Oh, no.
no.
It would be an everybody out, or I'm fucking calling the cops situation so
Yeah.
fast. I was
I'm not
having
that good of a sister.
I was having a lovely evening.
Yeah,
Y'all are
watching
puking
Real
all over the
Housewives.
house. You're
on the
fucking
carpet.
grabbing my shit. Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
Go hose off the patio on your way out.
And fucking leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So, okay. Then Miranda and my sister ran up to my sister's room. Miranda crawls into my sister's bed and continues crying about how my sister and her date are supposedly perfect for each other.
Oh my God, Miranda.
Miranda.
Take your
And
meds.
then starts throwing up on the carpet, in the sheets, and on the bed. Why are all of them throwing up so
Yeah, why everyone is barfing?
Oh my God.
This is ludicrous. This
They're
is
just
a
like-
nightmare.
This sounds
This is
like
just
my last
exorcism
week with
everywhere.
June. Vomit everywhere.
Yeah.
Just
And it
vomit.
says, if you're keeping track, there are now 3 vomiting kids in the house. My best friend and I are really panicking now, so we decided to call my aunt who lives up the street. Just as we're about to call her, my mom calls. Oh,
They have
Lord.
a sixth sense for this shit, I swear
Yeah.
to God.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just check it in.
Checking in. What are you?
How's homecoming
So the mom
going?
says, why am I getting calls from parents saying their kids are at our house and not at the school? Fuck. Turns out these are good parents who were tracking their kids.
Oh my God.
I love how that was
Oh my
written in
God,
there.
that's right. 2019. So they would have had Find
can
My
track.
on iPhone. God, I'm so glad we were teenagers before that shit. It was so much
Oh my
easier to be like, I'm
God.
sleeping at Blam
Yeah.
Goldberg's house.
Oh, yeah.
Goldberg.
And then have sex with your boyfriend in a church parking lot in Excelsior instead.
Yes.
Obviously.
I mean, you did
Obviously.
end up sleeping at Blam's house, but not till after you got fucked in his backseat at the truck.
Correct.
Oh my God. I then decided to stop being a cool older sister. Yes.
Done.
Finally.
Finally.
And rat out my sister. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I
Yes.
explained. They all took edibles and they're all really sick. They just kind of showed up like this. My mom was fuming. Fair enough, to be honest. Somehow we got them all home safely, and then I made my sister clean up all her
Yes.
friends' pew.
Yes. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be lifting a fucking finger to clean any of that shit. This is on you, girl.
No.
So
yeah.
for your tolerance, this is what you get.
Yep.
Get the
Yeah.
hose.
And she says, so yep, there's the story of how my dumbass sister and her dumbass friends missed homecoming because they took bad gummies.
He fully missed homecoming.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh, that story was so set up to be so much fun for all involved.
I
and
know.
it was
I know.
the worst night of their
the
lives.
key is to pace yourself. And I mean, I can't possibly know if this was like their first foray into the realm
Those
of gummies.
were bad.
Yeah,
something was
something
wrong.
wasn't
If
right.
Multiple people were throwing up.
Either
Yeah.
something was wrong with them or they way overdid it. And because they were like, oh, it's homecoming, we're partying, we're going to take multiples. Because the sister took 4.
Right.
I mean, I have a high tolerance, but I'd probably feel pretty nauseous on 4 gummies because gummies hit me like a fucking truck. As you know, Lucy, from our day in Albuquerque, when we were at a podcast festival, which was lovely.
Oh, right. We had a
And-
gummy with breakfast.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
we
I
were just like,
usually-
whatever, we're sitting at our booth all day.
Yeah. And I usually
Did it just
talking
hit
to
too
strangers.
hard? Were you
Forgot
behind the
we
booth
would
like,
just be talking to strangers.
Oh my God. I usually smoke it or vape it anymore. I don't take edibles as much because we just grow at our house. But like this edible hit me like a truck mid-sentence talking to a complete stranger about our podcast. And I just like turned to Lucy and just went, and then, like
she was
turned
like,
back and kept talking to this poor woman. I'm so sorry.
she was like, God, I feel so high right now. And I was like, well, yeah, those were 10s. It's like 10 milligrams. And she just
Oh
goes,
shit.
10.
oh my God.
Had a blast. It was an
Oh, it was
amazing
really
day.
fun.
It was so
Oh,
fun.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure it
if
was.
I'd taken 4 of those, I'd probably be puking too
Probably.
and going home
You definitely wouldn't be talking about alien encounters in
a
New
few
Mexico.
hours later in front of a live audience. No.
Oh
No,
my
that
God.
guy. That's when it
yeah.
hit me. We were talking to a guy about, he was telling about his UFO sighting, and I was just like,
Oh my
God.
You're both just like,
Holy shit.
Did you get it on video?
The truth is
I
out
can't wait
there.
to see you guys at
We
the
are
next
not
podcast
alone.
festival.
Yeah. Don't worry. After that experience, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm never doing this without a gummy again. That was way too fun.
It was really fun.
It's really fun.
Once you get past like the hurdle of like the first 5 minutes
Yeah.
that it hits you, that you feel like you really want to go to the bathroom for a couple hours,
Hide for 2 hours. Yeah.
then it's great.
That is fabulous. Fabulous.
After that, it's totally fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for our regular confessions for this episode. And we now have a bonus confession for Amanda 2 to read that will only be available on our subscriber page, Uncorked.
Uh-huh. You get
Premium
that
was the word I was looking
extended
for.
gack on Uncorked.
Yeah, uncut gag.
Uncut. We are intactivist gactivist on Uncorked.
Wow. I feel like we need
Ish.
some rock music behind that. It's like, uncork.
God bless.
Magic
All right.
fruit.
Let's take another quick break to hear a word from our sponsors and then come back for the scariest part of the show, Lucy's Coroner Corner segment. Can't wait to see what fresh hell you have for us this month.
It's pretty light.
All right, you said that before.
I know. This episode of Wine and Crime is brought to you by our favorite gal pal, Wild Grain.
The third gal is
gal.
Wild Grain.
Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and my favorite, pastas.
They're so good.
Wild Grain's boxes are fully customizable to your tastes and dietary restrictions. In addition to their classic variety box, they recently launched a new gluten-free box.
Obsessed.
Wild Grain launching a gluten-free box? The future is now.
Right now.
They've also launched a plant-based box that is 100% vegan. So, like, whatever you may be looking for out there,
They got you.
Wild Grain's got you. Best of all, they take the hassle out of baking since all the items incredibly bake from frozen in 25 minutes or less with no mess or cleanup.
Okay, so I have dinner with my neighbors like pretty regularly. I wish it was more often, but you know, we've all got busy lives. And one of my neighbors is gluten-free. One of my neighbor's kids has a dairy allergy. And Wild Grain always has something that I can still bring to the function, making me look like, A, I care deeply about the dietary restrictions of my neighbors, which I do, but like, I'm not going to make
like,
my own thing that's going to fit perfectly. Thank God for Wild Grain.
It doesn't have to be extra work to seem like you care deeply about your neighbor's dietary
and I
restrictions.
come over with my loaves and I like have them
freshly
in my
baked. They're
freshly
still warm.
baked. They're still warm in like a little towel, and it's like, okay, this one's gluten free.
out of
This
here.
one is dairy free.
You sound like Belle.
I'm like a famous homesteader for 5 minutes. Like I have never felt more adult than when I have tapped into my Wild Grain box. And also, if you're not an adult like me and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm starving and I need to feed my family, and you open your freezer and there's fresh pasta that you can whip up in 20 minutes, you can make a really nice little like buttery garlic and Parmesan sauce. And now you've got dinner and, oh, look, a side of bread. Hi, who's the adult? It's you.
I once again baked 3 chocolate chip cookies in the
Yes, you
middle
did.
of the day from Wild Grain.
For yourself
For
and
myself.
no one else.
That was my lunch dessert. Thank you very much.
I love a lunch dessert. So if you're ready to bring all your favorite carbs right to your doorstep, be sure to check out Wild Grain so you can begin building your own box of artisanal breads, pastas, and pastries. For a limited time, Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off the first box, plus free croissants in every box. When you go to wildgrain.com/gals to start your subscription. You heard me. Free croissants in every box and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/gals. That's wildgrain.com/gals, or you could just use promo code gals at checkout. Spring is in the air, and that comes with so many smells and breezes and opening the windows to get the stagnant filth that you've been living in for all of the dark, cold winter out of your house. But one portion of that stagnant filth that I know I don't have to worry about, and the recent swap of my AC unit filter can prove it.
Yes.
Has been litter box stink, particles, dust. This is such a thing of the past, and that is because our house is a pretty litter house. It obliterates odors so we can enjoy all the wonderful scents of spring without that hanging in the air, dusty, gnarly kitty litter stuff that we used to have to deal with all the time.
Oh my gosh. So we've been living in our house for almost 10 years now. And
that's shocking.
The HVAC, the furnace filter situation is so real. Also, between our basement and our main floor, those floors are paper thin.
Yep.
If something's happening in the basement, which by the way is where the litter boxes are,
same.
You can smell it throughout the entire first floor.
And the same as in your house, you and I don't have a door to the basement.
Oh no.
It's open air.
It's open air. So before I got Pretty Litter, if things got even the least bit rowdy downstairs in the litter boxes, we were made well aware of it.
Oh, yeah.
It also tracked all over the place. I'd find little clay chunks in my bed.
No.
It's not great. So I will never go back to any litter except for Pretty Litter. So Pretty Litter's non-clumping formula traps odor and moisture. It's ultra absorbent, lightweight, and 1 6-pound bag works for up to a month.
Mm-hmm.
And Pretty Litter also gives me peace of mind because it changes color to indicate early signs of potential illnesses in my cat. So UTIs, kidney issues, all of that other stuff that cats are very susceptible to. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to fax you in writing what ailments they're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really pay attention to the signals that they are leaving around, such as their poop and pee.
Yeah.
And Pretty Litter is on it. Since Pretty Litter ships free right to my door, I also never run out of it, which I think is maybe my favorite part about it.
I love the shipping, the subscription.
I know. You don't have to lug huge cat litter bags or tubs up the steps to your house. It just comes to your door.
They also put cat toys in my last shipment, and Beans is obsessed with what they said.
They have really good toys.
Really cute toys. I bought that girl so many toys, and she's like, no, I want the Pretty Litter gift toy.
I want the promotional free toy.
Yes.
So yeah, save yourself the angst of lugging all of those bags and barrels and jugs around. Just sign up for Pretty Litter already.
Mm-hmm. Pretty Litter helps keep my house smelling fresh and clean. Try and you'll love it. Go to prettylitter.com/gals to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/gals to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. prettylitter.com/gals. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. Think you gotta spend big bucks or tons of time in the kitchen to make delicious food at home? Think again. Let me tell you, when you use Every Plate, you get restaurant-level deliciousness week after week with recipes like, girl, buckle up, crispy buffalo ranch chicken.
Stop it, crispy.
Cheesy Mexican street corn hash.
I love a hash.
Girl, they are so easy to put together. They're an incredible value for the quality and quantity of food. They're getting me back in the kitchen. They're making it easy and quick, and I am obsessed.
I'm a big meal kit girl because sometimes I just do not have the mental capacity to plan a meal.
Don't make me think.
How dare you make me think?
We've been through enough.
Truly. So these meal kits are a total game changer. First of all, you're going to spend less on these flavor-packed homemade meals than you would on your normal groceries or at a restaurant when someone else is cooking for you. You're gonna be shocked at how great these meals turn out.
Yup.
And if you're kind of in a rut and cooking the same things over and over and over, like I find myself in on a regular basis, it's time to up your dinner game in 30 minutes or less with Every Plate's clear, easy to follow recipes. They're so quick, so simple. Thanks to Every Plate's constantly rotating weekly recipes delivered right to your door, you'll always have the best answer to what's for dinner.
So what are you waiting for? Dig into these flavor-packed meals your household will love. New customers can enjoy this special offer for only $1.99 a meal. Go to everyplate.com/podcast and use code GALS199 to get started. Applied as discount on first box, limited time only.
The markets are a bit in flux right now. I'm a little
scary.
Little scary, but you know what? You do have quite a bit of control over your finances. And because tax season is here, it is time to start considering what you're doing with your dollars. So no matter what your plans are, one of the smartest ways to set yourself up for success is by building your credit. If you need to boost your credit fast, Kickoff can help. They're the #1 credit building app in the App Store, and plans start at just $5 a month. No credit check, no hidden fees, and no interest.
Y'all, my financial situation has been in flux since the day I was born. My credit journey has been long with a lot of twists and turns.
And it's tax season, so now's the time.
Oh gosh, it can be really scary, daunting, overwhelming to be in a place where you feel like you cannot get your credit up to snuff. And let me tell you, like, without giving exact numbers, it's pretty amazing what programs like Kickoff can do to help you reach goals. Like, if I can get to a point where I could qualify for a mortgage, then you can too. Like, it just takes the dedication, the time, and a little bit of help from an amazing app like Kickoff. So if your credit is under 600, you could jump like 84 points with on-time payments. Woo. Kickoff is a smart, legit credit hack with no catch, no credit check, no hidden fees, and no interest. It's simple. You make on-time payments. Credit bureaus see that good behavior, which can mean that your credit grows fast. Okay? So start building credit immediately with your first month free with our special tax season promo. With AutoPay, you never have to worry about missing a payment. You can build credit in your sleep, baby. Sign up in minutes from your phone. Like I said, no credit check. You could also cancel anytime. Kickoff is the #1 credit building app out there. It has over 100,000 positive reviews on the App Store, and 98% of those reviews are 5 stars. So, they know what they're doing.
Tax season is the perfect time to take control of your financial future. For a limited time only, get your first month free at getkickoff.com/gals. Don't wait. That's Kickoff without the C. Get your first month free at getkickoff.com/GALS. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/gals to activate offer. Offer applies to new customers first month only. Individual results may vary. Subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Kickoff credit service starts at $5 a month for 12 months. Average first-year credit score impact of plus 84 points, Vantage score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score.
And we're back. Lucy.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
You'll be pleasantly surprised.
All right. I'm ready.
All 4 of my portions involve death, but hello, it's the Coroner Corner.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
what it's.
It's what it's. Okay, so this first one was sent in by Casey, and it's from the New York Post, so you know it's going to be
Problematic.
I'm not going to read you the title of the article because it gives everything away.
Okay.
But it reads, "He snickered in the face of death. A candy-loving British man who joked about wanting a Snickers-themed coffin got his dying wish. He was buried in a box modeled after the iconic sweet treat."
Hell yeah. I love custom coffins.
Yes, same.
They're so cool.
Same. I've seen ones that are like corn on the cob.
Oh,
and
yeah. Cars.
Just the most random. Yeah.
Really, and like the artistry on some of these is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
There is what was that? It was a company that lets you design your own coffin
Before you die, while you're
before
alive.
you die. It's part of like a healing therapeutic thing for like terminally ill people.
Oh.
Make their own coffin.
I love it.
Or some people like have all their friends sign it like a fucking yearbook at the funeral.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
I follow one online that's like glitter coffins.
Oh, shit. I
They're
want
like
a glitter coffin.
super fucking glittery. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think it's
haven't
called
seen
Glitter
those.
Coffin Company. It's very straightforward.
I need that.
Okay, Paul Broom, who worked as a care assistant at a home for adults with learning disabilities, would often allude to the peanutty idea to the amazement of friends and family. Broom was known for his quick wit and mischievous sense of humor, the deceased loved ones told Southwest News Service. His loved ones dismissed the rib-tickling request as a goof until the beloved Brit died, and they saw that he had put this unorthodox request in his will.
Goddamn right. He's not fucking around. He wants his Snickers coffin.
So they decided to grant Broom's dying wish, which they felt was the perfect way to honor the funny man's memory. The bereaved relatives interred the departed in a coffin that was designed to look like a partially unwrapped Snickers bar. There is a photo on the drive.
Yes.
I have to look.
It
Oh
even has
my
the phrase
God.
"I'm nuts" painted on the side in homage to the Brit's zany sense of humor.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is good.
It's amazing.
It looks like a huge Snickers bar.
Oh my
Isn't it
gosh, it is.
gorgeous?
It's like unwrapped on one side. There's like giant peanuts. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's awesome.
I know.
That is cool.
Okay, Paul's family informed us that he was one of life's truest characters and his farewell needed to reflect that, said Allie Lego, funeral arranger at F.A. Holland Co-op Funeral Care in Chichester, who arranged the off-the-wall ceremony.
Wow.
She said, quote, his quick wit and sense of humor touched so many people, and the coffin was a fitting tribute to his unique personality. The barcophagus.
The
Also-
candy sarcophagus.
Also featured a Crystal Palace FC, a football club, like the soccer thing, he's British, logo because Broom, who was originally from South London, was a devoted supporter of the soccer club.
Amazing. This
During
is
the
a
funeral-
great idea.
I know. It's just so ridiculous.
Like buried, wrapped in your favorite things. Come on.
He
That
just
is
loved
cool.
Snickers. And I loved this too. During the funeral, the procession passed by Paul's favorite cafe in Bognor Regis, where friends in custom tribute t-shirts applauded as he made his final journey in his candy-inspired coffin.
Oh, this
Legos.
person is clearly so loved.
I know.
Right.
Lego said, the family received nothing but positive feedback from those who attended, with many commenting on how the personal touches made the service a true celebration of Paul's life.
Yes.
It was a privilege to help his family bring his final wishes to life.
I love that. A funeral should just be, it should be fun.
It shouldn't be cookie cutter. It's about the person. And I think the more like unique and non-traditional it is, the more you're
Yes.
going to remember it, the more you're going to remember the person.
Agreed.
Totally.
Agreed.
Yeah. I want
So
mine
what
to be
would you
ridiculous.
two what would you guys want your coffin to be? That's the question.
Well, now
Okay.
I want a glitter coffin.
Amanda too. When I tell you that yesterday we were talking about what Amanda specifically would do for her funeral.
Let me pull up the text thread. Because quite literally, we had this conversation
We were talking about an obituary.
that we saw.
What
Of
was that obituary?
Someone we had known in high school.
Oh,
well, I
right.
didn't really know him, but from our high school had passed away. And we that got us discussing what we would have wanted for our own.
His
Okay.
obituary was like really vague. So we were kind of just talking about.
Yeah, I said I want my
the-
obit to be very mysterious and have everyone speculating. And then Lucy goes, Amanda Dawn, quote unquote, died of quote unquote natural causes with quote unquote family at her side. And I said she was like a friend to us. Then Courtney goes, she's still out there somewhere. And I said, she's right behind you. And then, then Lucy, what did you say? Oh my God. It was
I
you
said
who
she
sparked
hung her-
this.
She hung up her wig for one
The
last time.
She died. You were like, I know you're going to die in some absurd way. Oh, bitch, you're going to die in the most absurd way. I'm confident. And I said, absolutely correct. If I don't, I'll be so pissed. I need the attention. And yeah, we talked for like half an hour about... Yeah, I said, I don't care if y'all need to go into debt for my funeral. It better be fucking epic. Lucy says it'll be themed.
Mm-hmm.
And I said,
I love to plan a party.
You do love to plan a party. And I said, I want like the extreme embalming so I could be like set up so people could take selfies with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to be cremated.
Yeah. You'll go up in
Wow.
flames with the amount of preservatives we're going to pump in you.
1,000%. It's going to be dangerous.
Yeah. So yes, we were just talking about this.
Wow.
Okay, but at the end of this article, there's a link, and it says, in a similarly bizarre post-mortem ritual in 2021, one man's kids fulfilled his dying wish by pouring his ashes down a bar drain.
Oh, okay.
So of course I headed right over to that article.
The rabbit hole was welcoming you.
Yeah, and I had to include it too because it's so bizarre, but it's really kind of sweet. It's also British, very. Okay, so here's that article,
Okay.
also from the New York Post. It was last call for a British man whose life really went down the drain
Oh.
in the form of his ashes mixed in a pint of beer, according to a report. Cassidy McGlinchey, age 35, and her brother Owen McGlinchey, age 46, fulfilled their dad Kevin's final wishes by pouring his remains down a drain outside his favorite pub, Hollybush, in Coventry, England. Cassidy said, quote, "Our dad had told us for years and years his wishes would be to go down a pub drain. He used to drop things down there.
For
Weird
years
things,
and years.
Weird things like his hair.
Ew. Okay.
He loved the Hollybush and would take a walk up there every day. He said, when I die, if you put me down the drain, I will be able to travel to all my locals through the drains underground."
Well, I'm glad Hollybush loved him back because I don't know if I would love a regular that showed up and put his hair down the bar drain for me to deal with later.
So it wasn't in the bar. It was like a drain outside on the sidewalk.
Okay. That was like connected.
Yeah, there's a picture of it. You can see.
Oh.
It's an outdoor situation, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Or did I imagine that?
No,
yeah, it's outdoor.
Yeah. It's here.
Oh,
It's
I
there.
see. I see the picture. Yep.
Cassidy said that her dad told her, "Every time you walk over a drain, you will think of me, and there are plenty around, so no matter where you are in the world, you will still think it."
They put a little plaque with his name over the drain on the curb.
Oh my God.
This is amazing.
It's like a sewer.
Yeah.
Not a sewer.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
It's like a rain runoff.
Like a grate.
Yeah, it's like a sewer grate for water runoff.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
beautiful. That's
So when-
very unique.
Very unique.
So when Kevin died recently at age 66, his children recorded the moment they poured the ash-filled beer down the drain.
Oh.
Cassidy said, "It was a very emotional time for us all and very hard to get our heads around."
Yeah.
Yep. In a video posted online, people cheer and clap as Owen scoops the ashes and mixes it into the lager.
Oh.
As mad as it sounds, this was his last wish he ever wanted, was to go down the drain, so he is here forever.
I love it.
She says, "It was an amazing feeling giving my dad exactly what he had wished for when he died, and I would do it all over again.
Hell yeah.
We've been through so much as a family over the years and suffered so much heartache. It's nice to have a smile knowing my dad is still causing a stir, even from his drain."
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know!
From the drain.
It's so
From
weird.
his drain. It's so weird.
I
But this
love
little
it.
memorial they have in this picture, there's the beer
Yep.
with presumably his ashes in it and like some roses, just like flowers and a joint. You
Yep.
see the joint.
Yep. And his little
I can
plaque.
respect
And
it.
his little plaque.
It's amazing.
Kev McGlinchey, Holbrook's legend.
Oh,
That's what his little plaque says. I think it's fucking adorable.
that is adorable. I'm obsessed with this.
Okay, so for obituary area, I've got two for us.
Okay.
The first one is very short and sweet. This was sent in by Coral. It's so absurd, I had to include it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So this obituary is for a man named Eric Adrian Span or Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his full name was only included because it like legally had to be.
Okay.
So from Brunswick, Maine, this is the obit. This Eric is no more. He has ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff, bereft of life. He rests in peace. If you hadn't cremated him, he'd be pushing up the daisies. His metabolic processes are now history. He's off the twig. He's kicked the bucket. He's shuffled off this mortal coil, run down the curtain, and joined the bleedin' choir invisible. This is an ex-Eric.
The end.
That's it. This is an ex-Eric is in all caps, too, by the way.
Gorgeous. It's
And
perfect.
everything ends in an exclamation point.
Yep. All right. It's a very,
Wow.
it's giving hear ye.
Yep.
And I'm
Yes,
living for
truly.
it.
There's a picture of Eric, too. I can tell by looking at him that he was an unconventional guy. Also,
yeah.
the baby in that photo looks so freaked out.
So upset. That baby has seen horrors beyond our imagination.
That baby's eyebrows are so
Not
raised.
there.
Yeah.
So gone.
He looks like a really old Scottish man.
Eric's wearing a Monty Python shirt.
Is that what that is?
I think so. It looks like it.
Flying circus.
Yep.
Well, we definitely got a taste of Eric's personality
I
with that.
love that obit.
This is an ex-Eric.
He's a stiff. It's like, oh,
He's a stiff. Bereft
Incredible.
of life. I liked he's off the twig.
It's off the twig.
Okay, so the second obit, my final piece, is actually somebody that I knew quite well.
Oh.
Not the person we went to high school with. This is in honor of my old neighbor, Ellen.
Oh.
So when I lived in that apartment, after we were the one right before we bought our house, she and her husband, Kurt, lived in this big, yellow, really cool house next door.
Yeah. That house
And we
is
spent a lot of time
gorgeous.
over there.
Yeah.
She was so fucking smart and sassy. And her husband wrote this obituary.
I didn't realize
And
she
he is-
passed away.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
she was sick for quite a while.
Yeah.
But her husband was a lawyer, and he just writes a lot. He writes poetry. He's a wordsmith.
I love it.
So, of course, he
ooh.
wrote a really amazing obituary. So that's what I'm going to read to you.
Perfect.
Ellen King Huntoon was the professional name of Ellen Louise King. Ellen was born in Mount Pleasant, Iowa on December 3rd, 1943, third of the 5 children of Raymond Everett King and Esther Lenore Zing.
Oh, King and
Z-I-N-G-G.
Zing.
King and Zing. They should have
Hyphenated. King Zing. Zing King.
Zing King.
I like that.
Who ran a family farm near Olds in Henry County.
Near old Iowa.
Ellen died of complications of a stroke in Des Moines on March 13th, 2025. She passed away without prolonged suffering, with her husband holding her hand at the hospital bed.
Oh, my
Ellen
heart.
dressed with flair, and she loved her hats. She was one of a kind, and she packed a lot of living into her 80 years on this earth. She was a farm girl who went to Olds High School and spent 1 year on a music scholarship at Iowa Wesleyan in Mount Pleasant before securing a degree in languages from the University of Iowa.
Hell yeah.
Badass is an understatement.
I wonder, did she play an instrument, or was she a singer, or what her music program was? I'm curious.
Honestly, she did so fucking much
Yeah.
in her life.
Could have been anything.
Could have been anything.
Mhm.
Really could have been anything. She then worked an amazing variety of jobs. There you go. From assistant in an animal hospital to police detective in a small town.
Damn.
Whatever it took to raise 2 young children. She had spunk, and there wasn't much she couldn't do. One story tells the tale. Early in her career, Ellen was a caseworker for Tom Harkin, prominent politician here in Iowa, and she shared a ride with a caseworker for Senator Grassley to a site in southern Iowa. It was a more bipartisan era. They're not on the same side politically. The vehicle hit a deer, and Ellen immediately got out of the car and bled the deer so the meat could be used to feed her family.
That's your dad.
Yeah, the Grassley staffer was astounded, and the image of Ellen in her high heels bleeding the deer on the side of the road has been shared many times.
Why is that the most like Midwestern shit I've ever fucking heard? That's good deer meat.
She's got a degree in languages and can bleed out a deer in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, we're making venison chili tonight, boys.
in heels.
Ugh.
Ellen was specializing in casework on agricultural issues for Senator Harkin when the 1980s farm crisis hit Iowa. We know all about that. In January of 1985, she relocated to Senator Harkin's staff in Washington, D.C., where she worked on the committee that negotiated and drafted the Agricultural Credit Act of 1987.
Damn, girl.
The landmark legislation which gave debt-burdened farmers the chance to survive by giving them a way to restructure their loans.
Wow.
I didn't know this part until I read her obit, but she would have been fascinating to talk to about the farm crisis.
Seriously.
Her work on that legislation was sufficiently important that she received a special award from the U.S. Senate, and she was also elected to the Agricultural Law Hall of Fame at the Drake University School of Law.
Damn.
The first woman and the first non-lawyer to receive that honor.
Good for her.
In June of 1993, Ellen was serving as director of Senator Harkin's Iowa offices when President Clinton appointed her to the head of the Farmers Home Administration in Iowa.
Damn.
The first woman to hold that post. So that's the second first woman that she was, that she did. She said at the time, someone asked me, how did I think I could run the FMHA if I have a degree in French? I don't think farmers care if I can speak French as long as I don't speak bureaucratese.
Hell yeah. Get it, girl.
Ellen focused on conservation, rural water projects, and community Main Street programs, and she excelled in her leadership. In June of 1995, she received a special award from the U.S. Department of Agriculture for outstanding dedication to improving the quality of life and serving rural Americans in the state of Iowa. In 1999 through 2000, Ellen served as president of the Federal Executive Council of Central Iowa, and over the years, she received many other tributes, including an honorary doctorate from Iowa Wesleyan.
Damn.
She was honored with the Iowa Community Leadership Award in recognition of distinguished service to the citizens of Iowa for enhancing the vitality of Iowa communities from 2001 to 2009.
Wow.
There's so much here.
Yeah.
Ellen served as a senior agricultural advisor to Senator Harkin until her retirement to an historic home on the river in the Riverbend neighborhood of Des Moines. So that's where I met her.
Yeah.
There, she delighted in entertaining guests, sharing the flowers in Grandma Colby's garden, and watching the bald eagles soaring over the adjacent waters. Ellen was preceded in death by her parents and a much-loved brother, Ronald Dwight King, who died of Lou Gehrig's disease in 1976.
Oh, wow.
She's survived by her immediate family, her husband, Kurt, her daughter, Leah, son, Paul, stepson, Dr. Justin Mitchell. Ellen is also survived by 3 cherished sisters and a sister-in-law, Doris. The extended family includes many nephews and nieces and their descendants, as well as the siblings of her husband and their descendants. Ellen had arranged to be cremated, and events to celebrate her life will be announced later this year. That's going to be a fun fucking funeral.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Oh,
yeah.
Wild horses couldn't stop me unless I'm out of town.
This obit makes me want to, like, greet every person I'm trying to get to know better with a, what would you put in your obit?
Ooh.
Because,
Yeah.
like, think of all of these amazing things that she achieved and that in all of your casual conversations just didn't come up. And you
No.
learned so much about her in this, like, lovely piece of writing.
What I knew about her is that she had endless stories because she obviously did so much. She traveled a lot. She loved her Jack Daniels. She liked to just sit out on the porch on a summer night, smoke cigarettes,
Have a Jack and Coke.
have a Jack and Coke. With the road that their house was on, they're right on the corner, and that road has really bad drainage. So when we get a ton of rain, and if a car is not being careful, they will just slam into a lake.
Oh,
So when it was
splash a huge
when
puddle.
it was raining, we'd always go over to their house and sit on the porch and just watch people fuck up their cars.
I love it.
It was so fun. Just talk shit about everyone.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yep.
Oh my God.
She also found just remember some story. She went down to the basement of their house to get something, and she said these were her words, not mine. Bunch of homeless dudes having a circle jerk in her basement.
Just, I let him be.
No, she's like, get the fuck out of here. She like got a gun or something.
Could y'all move along?
Can you wrap it up?
This is my house.
Anyway, she was fucking awesome.
Oh, God. What a woman.
R.I.P. Ellen. She did make it to the new Lachelle's restaurant before she passed and She had the beef and noodles, and she liked it. Kurt said that was one of the only things that she could like eat in her final days.
Yeah.
So she had it like 3 days in a row.
Oh my
So
God.
Corey's gonna rename it Ellen's Beef and Noodles on the menu.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
sweet.
so
That's
fucking
adorable.
sweet.
I know.
Oh
That's so
my God.
adorable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So that's our what's it called? Coroner Corner
you
for this
didn't
episode.
terrify me deeply.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
really proud of you.
I'm not startled. It's all
No.
good.
Wow.
Yeah. Amanda's
listen
like,
to some
what?
old gags.
Where am I?
My fears are valid.
You're like, you survived.
My intense fear of my best friend is valid. Okay.
The woman going down the drain, that really small drain hole, was, I think, the worst thing I've ever talked
That
about.
messed me up bad.
That fucked me up.
That messed me up real bad.
She was working in like some kind of power plant in Germany, and it was in this like a big vat that had so much pressure from all the like water going through it, and there was a hole that was like, I don't know, 5 inches around.
It sucked her in and
sucked
like
her in.
liquefied her.
No.
And she went down like a lot of the tube.
Mhm.
Like I don't even remember how they got her out.
So she died.
Not much left.
Yeah.
Another
Anyway,
good party question: what would you do at your funeral? How do you want your body to be disposed?
Yeah.
Do you want to be dumped down a drain?
Mhm.
Do you want a candy bar themed casket?
Yep. Do
Or are
you
you
want
gonna
to
be
be
boring?
Great question.
hyper embalmed and posable so people can get their last selfies with you? Because
There you go.
love attention.
My dad always tells us that he wants a Viking funeral. So he wants us to put him in a boat, set him aflame, and I'm like,
Shoot
I don't know
arrows
if I
at
can
him
legally do that.
We'll find a way. We'll figure it out. There's got to be some kind of workaround. I mean, you could still do it if he were cremated.
That's
You could put
true.
his ashes in the boat, light him up, send him off.
That might
That
be
seems good.
better to ask for forgiveness than permission situation.
Yeah, and I feel like forgiveness would be easier if you didn't literally light a corpse in a lake and
Totally.
push it out. You know, if
That
it's
would
just
get
ashes.
you 2 years. That'd get you 2 years for sure
For
in Australia.
sure. If it's just ashes, like what are they really gonna do? Sorry, I burned some wood and it went into the water. Okay, here's my fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took some toes out of a garbage can the dogs had already barked up.
Yeah, I needed $400. Maybe I should get a fucking raise so that I don't have to sell
money.
toes to survive.
Exactly.
And no, I'm not talking about foot picks.
Of course not. Wow. Well, Amanda, my God, thank you so much for joining us this month.
This was
Yes,
really fun.
thank you for having me. This was so fun.
It's a wild time.
Tell the people where they can find your podcast.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So anywhere you listen, Live, Laugh, Larceny. I think we're on virtually every streaming service you can think of.
Hell yeah.
And then, yeah, on social media, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. If you have any petty crimes, you can email us, which is always fun. So our email's livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
Fantastic.
We just did a listener episode, and yeah, sometimes they're pretty hilarious. So
Yeah. So if you want those more Coven Confessions, you got to check out Live, Laugh, Larceny.
Hell yeah.
yes.
Amazing. Well, we will see you all for the next GAC next month. And until then, do something completely absurd so that we can talk about it on the show, please.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Within reason. No homicide. Don't confess a homicide to
No,
us again.
we don't want to get subpoenaed again. All right. We love you all.
See you next month.
Bye-bye.